the chairperson of No on Prop 50. Jessica, thanks for joining us. I want to get into some of the new numbers with you in just a moment, but before we get into fundraising and polling numbers, I just want to get your overall impression. No on Prop 50. How is it going for you?
Well, it looks like a jump ball right now. And even this morning over on the Cal Matters, they were talking about how this is going to come down to the end. This is going to come down to those soft voters and whether or not they turn out. We think that a lot of those late-breaking voters are going to be on the no side. They understand that this is a power grab from Sacramento, and they don't want to see what's happened here in previous times before we had the commission happen again, where politicians were drawing their own lines.
Okay, so we started the Shane Reaction program today with this Cal Matters report that you just referred to, and I want to get into some of the specifics for some of the listeners who may just be joining us. Number one, talking about fundraising. Yes on Prop 50 campaign, according to Cal Matters, has raised $97 million, in addition to $13 million that was kicked in by billionaire Tom Steyer. So that takes their total to about $110 million raised for Yes on 50, whereas your campaign, No campaign, has raised less than half that amount by about, well, a lot, $42 million in total. So, first of all, does that matter? What do you make of those numbers overall?
Yeah, absolutely it matters, and this is something that we're always working on. It's also something that always happens for us. There's never a time where we are outspending Democrats in California. They are always outspending us, and we are not, this is not unfamiliar territory for us. Despite that, you look at last year's ballot initiatives, California voters were the California Republican Party's position 89% of the time. So we know that California voters want to do what's right. They're reform-minded. They know that Sacramento has failed them on every account, whether it's our children's education, the affordability crisis here in California, or public safety. And that is why this ballot initiative process has been so good for Californians. They have come down on the right side of these issues more times than not.
We had a listener who wrote in and said, let's remember Kamala Harris raised $1.2 billion for her campaign, and we all know how that ended. So I would imagine you subscribe to that line of thinking as well. Let's talk a little bit about some of these recent poll numbers. This is from Cook Political Report, and their recent poll found that about 50% of registered voters say that they would support Prop 50. So you've got 50% saying, overall, yes, they'll support it, but that leaves obviously half of the voters out there who are either uncommitted, undecided, pretty soft. What do you make of these poll numbers overall? Is this a good or bad poll for you?
So on the initiative side, whenever you're working on initiatives, you want your numbers to be well over 50% going into Election Day. Because going into Election Day, if people haven't decided and they vote, they're going to vote no, because they are not trying to change what is happening. So that is something that I feel very good about. It's like a jump ball, right? We have the opportunity to win. There's definitely a pathway here, despite being outspent, 3-1. We have the pathway, and it's with Republicans turning out, and it's making sure that we continue to talk to no party preference and Democrats that believe the state is on the wrong track. Democrats that believe Gavin Newsom has failed them. They don't like Gavin Newsom. These are the people that we need to convince that a no vote is okay, that we don't want to change the reforms that we have put in place here in California to make sure that we have competitive elections and that our representatives are accountable to us. When we have safe seats where these lines are so incredibly gerrymandered, it is not good for the people. The people lose in that. And I think California voters get that. So it's a jump ball right now. We've got to finish strong.
Jessica, when this campaign started, I said here on the Shane Reaction, I guarantee you the one singular message from Yes on 50 is going to be bash Trump. And that has held up since the very beginning, and it continues through this day. And I suspect it will continue right through Election Day. This Trump derangement syndrome thing with bash Trump, that's the only narrative that we're seeing on Yes on 50. And I'm wondering, are you concerned that that will work in California because he is so widely unpopular in the big blue state?
Sam, you shouldn't be surprised by it at all, because it is literally the only play that California Democrats have here. And that's because if they had to talk about the issues, if they had to talk about their policies, they'd have to talk about the failures. They'd have to talk about the fact that this is nothing more than a partisan power grab. the individuals that signed on to the ballot title and summary for the yes side are all lifelong career politicians. We want to make sure that this power stays with the people. And President Trump is going to help us to turn out his people, and he has been doing that along the way, because there are some people that only vote because President Trump asks them to. Our job is going to be to make sure that we continue to talk to those no party preference, those wrong track Democrats, and we're talking to them about what is appealing to them. And that is keeping this power with the people. And we're going to continue to do that over the next couple of weeks.
Jessica, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated. Best of luck to you. You've got 2 weeks to go. It's going to be a furious 2 weeks for you, I'm sure. And we wish you all the best. That's Jessica Milan Patterson. She is the chairperson of No on Prop 50 Campaign.